You're watching Camnet News. Thank you so much for choosing us. My name is Sharon Kalimbula. The top stories on our desk this evening. United Party for National Development youth leader Gilbert LISWANISO warns police officers against persecuting UPND youths. President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA cautioned against auctioning Zambia's mining sector. Power generation to further reduce due to the shutdown of MAMBA Collieries power generation plant. In international news, about 10 injured from Uganda's most stampede are recovering, police have reported. And in sports news, fireworks greet PELÉ'S coffin as Brazil prepares to bid legend farewell.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962-642-490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
Join Pastor Moses Chiluba on National Matters on 2nd January 2023 with his guest, Dr. Chimba Kambwili.
You can't do this in public with show me. This is not right. No, but this is not right. Even when he was on the cross, feeling the pain, he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do." Equally, I'm a Christian, and that's my life. Where I come from, they say, "Nalikwevele tabulapo, nalikwevele tabulapo." Elo kabili wa kweve mfwa ya kwa noko mutanji. But sometimes I'm misunderstood.
As they discuss building a better Zambia
on TSTV channel 274, GoTV channel 98, and Topstar channel 106.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Once again, thank you for choosing us. The news in detail. Flooding has continued in Lusaka's central business district, especially around Kwelema bus station, despite measures by the local authority to reduce it through unblocking of drainages. Some Lusaka residents who spoke to Camnet TV say the problem affects their businesses and accessibility to the station. Others say the situation has improved compared to recent past.
This is the Lima Tower bus station in the central business district of Lusaka. For a moment, one may be compelled to think that local government and rural development minister Gary Nkombo's aspiration to curb vending has been attained. But no, this is a temporary vacation necessitated by flash floods. Owing to the lack of drainages, the traveling public continues to be inconvenienced as every time it rains, floods become the order of the day. Those who operate around this station say the situation is even better compared to the recent past, following some interventions by the local authority to unblock some drainages. And those interviewed by Camnet TV News are concerned that poor drainages coupled with poor garbage management becomes a huge problem during the rainy season.
Bati tulafirwa kutantika twapa abantu tabeshi ngakwalo kemfula pata twatantike ni tatwalie ameshinga ile lo kemfula yapita twakwato kutantika petule papa tavyo kuti vapitirishe nchito ya kuti vafasulula madrenage kuti amishi yale pita madrenage petulelanda
business upo yobada iba business fimenshi full zame with the 50 years jubilee ali pita zame na ikura Zambia for the mano. I mention full for every day I mention. So apa so to mention piapa. Get one for bantu manzi. Vacanzo posego mano fini mure bomba. Mama drains you vacanzo, ma drains you. For every day. No mind. Was solution in Biazi. Wow, Monaco fungus about to want to bus parasti. Never get a pass when I was a man, no business.
By broadcast time, the local authority was not available for a comment. However, it is with hope that the council will find a long-lasting solution to the perennial drainage problem. Patrick Soko, Camnet News.
Opposition Economic Freedom Fighters Party President Kasonde Mwenda has cautioned President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA against what he terms as auctioning the country's mining sector to the Western countries. Mr. Mwenda tells Camnet News that the UPND administration has demonstrated lack of planning on running the mining sector. Commenting on the matter involving Konkola copper mines, the opposition leader says the country cannot afford to go back to investors who exploited the country's mineral resources. Mr. Mwenda adds that given the minerals are the wasting asset, there is need to ensure that the country benefits from its resources through tax revenue.
The situation we have in Mopani and KCM is of serious concerns because that's the breadbasket of this country. That's where we derive our livelihood. Our mining industry is based on wasting assets, and we know that privilege will not be there for a long time. So it's very important that we consider not just this generation, but the generations to come. We have seen what our friends are doing and the kind of deals they are cutting to benefit their people. What we are getting, especially that precedence that was shown by ZCCM-IH, having gone into that deal where they are getting those meager royalties, is not something that we expect to continue. This government said they had a plan, and we expect that plan to unfold in KCM and Mopani, not for us to be going back to the vomit where the people have been taken for a ride and we have had our resources looted. We can't allow us to go back, and will not allow. If this government wants to take us back or to even auction us.
United Party for National Development National Youth Chairman Gilbert LISWANISO has condemned the acts of violence that took place in Folera and Chingola townships where suspected UPND cadres blocked opposition members from featuring on radio programs. At a media briefing in Lusaka Monday, Mr. LISWANISO says the party will not hesitate to expel any party cadre who will be purporting violence. He says the opposition political parties have the duty to give checks and balances, hence they must be allowed to do so without intimidation. He says such acts of impunity may cost the governing United Party for National Development in 2026 and has since apologized to the media for the conduct exhibited by the UPND members. Meanwhile, Mr. LISWANISO has called on the police to be fair in the dispensation of duty. Prudence Chota filed this report.
Mwebena Chingola tatulele, we are still alert as Trafaga ile bomba extremely ordinary.
The move taken by the ruling United Party for National Development UPND cadres to prevent opposition political party leaders from appearing on a radio program in Chingola and Mufulira townships on the Copper Belt has been condemned by the party youth chairman Gilbert LISWANISO. Mr. LISWANISO, who briefed the media in Lusaka Monday morning, says opposition political parties have a duty to give checks and balances to the ruling administration. Hence, they must be allowed to do so without fear of being harassed by political party cadres. He has since warned that any political party cadre who will be disturbing the works of the media will be dealt with accordingly.
I'm appealing to the youths across the country that nonsense of 2022, where we are tolerated you to do whatever you wanted, not now in 2023. We won't beg you, we won't go and kneel to you, no. This is a party in government and we are leading people. So people want to see sanity in this country. You can't be doing exactly what our colleagues were doing in opposition. You want to do it now. We are saying no to it. So I want to make it very clear that what happened in Furila, that is not politics. What happened in Chingo, that is not politics. There are many things which this government has done in 1 year. Why can't you go also and talk about what we have done? To go and rebut.
The youth chairman has also urged UPND members who are complaining of being sidelined despite allegedly sacrificing for the party to take up many opportunities that have been presented to all Zambian people, adding that no handouts will be given.
We want to plead for you. I have seen the issue of saying in a Nachisevenzela Maningi, everybody fought for this party. Even the one who was giving his order fought for this party. The one who gave us a shelter to go and do meetings fought for this party. Have you ever seen them insulting? The answer is no. Even the one who was drumming support, Ulizangoma, he supported this party. The answer is no.
Mr. LISWANISO also had a word for police officers in the country.
What I want to tell the police that I'm not going to agree with you. What is happening in Copper Belt? Monday, my sister there, whereby you are busy torturing the UPN member, I'm saying no to it. And your language is very bad. Even your fellow police officers are complaining. Here in Lusaka, the same gesture. You know. And all the names of you notorious one, I'll take the Home Affairs and so we start dealing each other. Or you call them, speak to them. Because when you are doing that to the members of UPN, don't turn against HAKAINDE. A PF is being arrested, the same officer said, the president said, give them police bond. You give them by hand. A UPND, the president said, Bamangi. That language is very bad. The president has said, give police bond if it is necessary for everybody. In that matter is a PF with UPN, give them, treat them the same. I think if IG, the message we are hearing is very clear. That's the message.
Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Patriotic Front Deputy National Women's Chairperson Kavumbu Hachilende has urged women in the country to take advantage of the reopening of the nominations for the party's presidency and apply for the position. Mrs. Hachilende says despite the fees for both women and the youths remaining high, women within the party are encouraged to apply for the party presidency at a convention slated for March 2023. According to Mrs. Hachilende, women are politically trustworthy, adding that it would be prudent for Zambians to consider voting for a female president into office. She says women have the ability to nurture and understand the feelings, which she says are good attributes for a young and thriving democracy like Zambia.
Serious concerns for gender equality. As we all know that the Patriotic Front reopened the nomination of presidential candidates for the party presidency. And my fear, my worry, my concern is that we have not seen any single woman applying for party presidency. And as a women's wing, we are very worried, we are very concerned about this. Where are the women in this country? What are we doing as women concerning this issue? I think that we the women, we must not backpedal. We must be concerned that there are very few women in leadership positions in this country. And because of that, now that another opportunity has availed itself, we must apply for the top leadership of the party. So that, God willing, in 2026, we can have a woman contesting the presidency of this country. I think as women, we should not only be vying for a running mate position. That is not good enough. Women are leaders. Women are born leaders. Everyone will agree with me that women are trustworthy. Women are consistent. Women are accountable. They are transparent. They have the skills to lead this nation. And it is because of that, I would like to encourage women to apply for party presidents for the topmost job of the Patriotic Front, so that as we go to the convention.
In other news, MAMBA Central Constituency Member of Parliament is impressed with the works being undertaken at Kanwajera Health Post being constructed under the Constituency Development Fund at a total cost of 299,000 kwacha. Mr. Lanjua says the project is one of the many that are aimed at enhancing universal health coverage for the people of Mambwa. The lawmaker was speaking in Mambwa Sunday when he checked the project. Meanwhile, contractor under Coco's Contractors and General Dealers Director Mishek Makoko says the project is ready for handover by the end of January 2023.
The mini clinic project in Mambwa's Kamulunjilwa area has reached 80% completion. The project, being undertaken by Coco's Construction and General Dealers, a local contractor, is under the 2022 Constituency Development Fund CDF and is aimed at cushioning the long distance that people cover to access health facilities in the area. And speaking when he undertook a tour to check on the project, Mambwa Central Member of Parliament Credo Nanjua says the facility will have two staff members' houses, a maternity wing, among other essentials needed for a health post to fully function.
The housing unit, we need the boho, which is powered, the incinerator, all that, and the maternity issues. That's what the post is emphasizing. It's supposed to be a full-fledged facility. So certain things should not be said no, unless again you take it, this part to little. No, you take it to Gamba. No, it has to be finishing here. From here, it's another level of a hospital which provides higher technical services. I think that's what the president wants to see. So let us wait. Be consistent with that much skill. We give you more. This money is meant for us. Yes. The whole 28 million, 23. The president's intention is that it's supposed to be circulating in Mambwa. It's not supposed to go outside. But if we do bad jobs like what I'm hearing in Nicaragua, where I will have to go, that becomes bad. Because that contractor is outstanding from all the contractors across the constituency. That is the only one who's not performing well.
And Coco's Contractors and General Dealers Director Mishek Coco says the project started on 20th October 2022, but delayed payments from government has resulted in the slow pace at which the project is being undertaken. He is, however, hopeful that soon it will be handed over to the government.
Project here at Kamanjiwa Clinic is about 80%. So by 20th January it will be done. If the council support us financially, sure. We have, well, we started on 20th October, and by 20 again we would have done the project. The problem is on the payments, when you ask for payment.
Meanwhile, the lawmaker is impressed with the work so far.
Very impressed with the workmanship and the progression itself. The contractor is ready to hand over the asset as prescribed in the contract. I think these are the kinds of contractors that we want to encourage in the constituency, who are able to get committed. From the past, we would have learned that a contractor, when is given a contract, others disappear. But these contractors who work like that, we're encouraging them, and also we stand ready to support them so that they can and help them to grow and create jobs for our people, and also create to help to grow the economy in the constituency.
Prudence Chota reporting for Camnet TV News.
The Ministry of Health has observed that the well-known factors such as multiple sexual partners has continued to fuel HIV in the country. The 2021 Zambia Population HIV Impact Assessment Survey, Zambia 2021, estimates that 28,000 new HIV infections are recorded per year, a figure stakeholders say is worrying. Ministry of Health acting spokesperson Dr. Kalangwa has also pointed out that low condom use is another problem fueling the pandemic. Dr. Kalangwa has told Camnet TV that the ministry will enhance the implementation of existing and new measures to curb the spread of HIV in the country.
Implementing and some of the key drivers to the HIV infection in the country, we have interventions that are centered around women. I think most of the programming is actually centered around women, forgetting the male folks. So we are actually planning to see how we intensify interventions that actually focus on men as well. Then we have concurrent and multiple sexual partners as a key driver for HIV. We also have low condom use. So you go to most of the bars, workplaces, condoms are put there, but there's low usage and also inconsistent usage. So today someone is using condoms, the following they're not using condoms. So this is also proving to be a driver of HIV. Then we also have issues of migration, and as people move from one place to another, this also becomes one of a key driver to HIV. Then we also have mother-to-child transmission, especially the 7% that I emphasize, the ones who are getting HIV during the breastfeeding period. This also becomes a key driver of the HIV pandemic. We also have a key population and marginalized population. They tend to be more at risk and drive the HIV pandemic. So these are some of the key drivers, such that even as we plan our interventions, we plan them targeting to focus some of these key drivers to see how we curb and reduce on the new HIV infections.
You're watching Camnet News. Thank you for staying on. We take our first set of commercials. When we return, we have more interesting stories. Stay with us.
You know I can take her a bit.
Yes, my dear.
I was thinking of getting you a Bugatti on your birthday.
Really?
I'm quiet. My name is Yana.
Don't worry, man. That's why there is insurance.
Insurance?
You heard me.
Not just any kind of insurance, but Savenda General Insurance, a company that offers superior customer service, highly professional and dedicated staff. We are not just any insurance company, but an insurance company that actually pays our claims. We cover, among others, fire, marine, aviation, engineering, agriculture, motor vehicle, and miscellaneous insurance. So, live life to the full, knowing that Savenda General Insurance has got you covered. Savenda General Insurance. Insurance excellence.
Your skin is the biggest muscle in your body. That's why we make sure that Oracle is #1 when it comes to taking care of your precious skin. Oracle Pure Petroleum Jelly and Glycerin soothes, moisturizes and keeps your skin perfect. Oracle Pure Petroleum products for that perfect skin.
Good news, the rains have started. You need to plan your future. Generation Wealth is the way to go. Has grafted avocado plants fruiting within 2 to 3 years for sale at only 90 kwacha each, and ordinary avocados at only 45 kwacha each. Contact us on 0979 753010 or 0962 965 883. We are open from 8 hours to 17 hours, Monday to Friday, at Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill, opposite Hilltop Hospital. Join Pastor Moses Chiluba on National Matters on 2nd January 2023 with his guest, Dr. Chimba Kambwili.
can't do this thing. This is not right. No, but this is not right. Even when he was on the cross, feeling the pain, he said, forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do. Equally, I'm a Christian, and that's my life. Where I come from, they say, Nalikwevele tabulapo. Nalikwevele tabulapo. Elo kabiluwa kweve mfo ya kwa noko. Mutanji. But sometimes I'm misunderstood.
As they discuss building a better Zambia
on DSTV channel 274, GoTV channel 98, and Topstar channel 106.
Invite others to participate through phoning on Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, and text messages. Make a date with us. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Welcome back. ZESCO Limited says a rotational load management will be effected Tuesday, 3rd January 2023. ZESCO Limited spokesperson Henry Kapata has announced that the power outage in the country will be made more compounded due to the planned shutdown of one generator at MAMBA Collieries. Mr. Kapata says about 150 megawatts generator at the MAMBA Collieries will be shut down due to planned routine maintenance that will commence on the 4th to the 28th of January 2023. Mr. Kapata says the generator outage at MAMBA Collieries, coupled with the critical low water levels at Kariba Reserve, will lead to ZESCO Limited carrying out a rotational load shedding exercise. He says to mitigate the effects of load shedding, ZESCO will endeavor to optimize the electricity generation at all other generation stations, and that the power utility will continue to notify the public on the power availability status.
And so this inability to meet the power demand will further be compounded by the planned outage of about 150 megawatts generator at MAMBA Collieries Limited power plant for routine annual maintenance scheduled to take place from the 4th to the 20th of January 2023. You realize that a MAMBA thermal plant is a partner to ZESCO Limited, giving us about 300 megawatts from their plant. In most cases, they give us about 265, 67, because part of it is used for internal operations as MAMBA Collieries. Now, the generator outage at MAMBA Core thermal plant, coupled with a critical low water level at Kariba Reserve, will lead to ZESCO Limited carrying out a rotational load shedding exercise, which will now commence on the 3rd of January 2023. Okay? Now, to mitigate the effects of load shedding, ZESCO Limited will endeavor to optimize electricity generation at all other generation stations to the extent that the integrity and safety of the power system is safeguarded. And so ZESCO Limited will continuously notify our customers and the public on the power availability status through various electronic and print media. And customers are obviously encouraged to look out for the load shedding schedules in the press and the company website, which is www.zesco.co.zm, once published.
The Zambia Statistics Agency says it has continued to make outstanding payments to all the enumerators and supervisors who took part in the 2022 Census of Housing and Population. ZAMSTED's interim statistician, Mulenga Musepa, says the agency recorded some incidences in which payments bounced back due to account number issues, which has resulted in some enumerators not receiving their payment. Mr. Musepa also says that some people who have not yet been paid are those who lost equipment, a matter which is before the police for investigations awaiting determination before payment. He has since assured the nation that the agency will pay all the field staff who took part in the exercise without sidelining any individuals.
For the outstanding payments, we'll continue to make payments, and what we've done is for the provinces, after verifying the various bounced payments, we are sending money to the provinces. So far we've sent to 7 provinces so that the various affected enumerators and the supervisors or field staff in general can be paid from the provinces. We've also continued making payments to some of the service providers that we've not yet paid, and also just seek for patience. We will be able to complete the payments once as we complete the verification. The cases of payments that are with the police are still with the police, and the police will kind of on deck will advise us in terms of the way forward. And one advice is that those that are cleared will basically be advised and we'll pay them, and that's where we are.
4 armyworms have started ravaging the maize fields in some districts of northwestern province. A check by National Agriculture Information Services, NAIS, in Kabombo, Manyinga, Mufumwe and Zambezi district of northwestern provinces revealed this development. Both Kabombo District Agriculture Coordinator Beth Peter Maseka has confirmed the development to NAIS in Kabombo and Mufumwe district respectively. Mr. Maseka added that the officers are on the ground to ascertain the extent of the damage in terms of hectares affected in the district. NAIS has more on this.
Hope looks promising under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP for 2022-2023 farming season in Northwestern Province. However, the province has not been spared with the invasion of 4 armyworms attacking maize fields in the province. A check by National Agriculture Information Services NAIS found the presence of the pest in some selected fields in the districts. Farmers are worried with the development.
Asking the government to help us. As you can see, that my maize is attacked by foul worms, yes, through the office of the district agriculture officer, where we collect these chemicals. I hope within 2 weeks we should have this, otherwise maize will be destroyed.
As you can see, my field is being attacked by 4 armyworms. I'm also appealing to the government, Ministry of Agriculture, please, if the camp officers and others, they will come early to farmers' fields, they will check what is happening and then help us in case of medicine and what have you.
Agriculture experts are aware of the presence of the pest in farmers' fields.
We have got, of course, the challenge of the armyworms showing up in the district. Reports are coming. As government, we hope that something can be done as usual to assist the farmers. But we also ask the farmers not to wait for government, but to get into the agro dealer shops, and they'll find these chemicals that they can use to save their crops.
We have received the reports. Spot checks have been done by our camp extension officers. There are a bit of infections of the armyworm, though we are still gathering to find out how much hectareage has been affected.
The district agricultural office has assured the farmers with intervention to secure the crop.
Our officers are on the ground to install the traps to ensure that the male moths are reduced, and there is also indication from government that they will continue to support our smallholder farmers with the chemicals to fight the 4 armyworm.
The timely distribution of the chemicals to the farmers by government will definitely save the crop. Krivach Tuta reporting in Kabombo District, Northwestern Province.
We take another break. Still to come is international and sports news. Stay with us.
In our quest to save nations and develop Africa, Savenda is investing in the agriculture sector so as to produce supply for both local and international markets, housing over 12,000 pullets that are nurtured and fed with our locally made stock feed that comes from our own locally grown maize and soya beans, all processed from our recently installed milling and mixing plant. Our over 95,000 layers have an output capacity of over 1,500 trays of fresh eggs per day that are carefully selected and packaged for all the leading stores and supermarkets nationwide. Our greenhouses are fitted with the latest irrigation system, and the seedlings are nurtured to ensure only healthy plants reach the fields. With our deliberate planting schedule, we are better placed to supply constantly without interruption, thus reliable. Savenda Farms is also changing lives of its dedicated workforce drawn from the local community and beyond. So the next time you think fresh and green, think Savenda Farms.
Camnet Stars Football Club, popularly known as the local national team, is inviting all skillfully gifted, talented and creative soccer players from across Zambia. Ages between 16 and 20 must come, train and join the club. The category of these gifted footballers have the chance to go and market their talent in Europe and USA through Camnet Stars Football Club, a team formed with a vision to produce quality international players. Please do not miss this brief open opportunity given to you. Camnet Stars Football Club could be your gateway to your international soccer career. Venue, Kablonga Boys Secondary School grounds. Date, 12th December 2022 to 21st January 2023. Time, 09 hours to 11 hours. Your time to shine is now. Welcome back. Thank you for staying on. In international news, Uganda's police are investigating a stampede at a mall which left at least 9 people dead, mostly juveniles. The Freedom City shopping mall incident plunged into mourning the country, which hosted its first New Year celebration in 3 years. In the outskirts of Kampala, in a shopping mall, there was a concert that was organized, and around midnight, there was a stampede, said Patrick Onyago, Kampala Metropolitan Police spokesperson. Here is a roundup of international news.
Uganda's police are investigating the stampede at a mall which left at least 9 people dead, mostly juveniles, on Saturday night. The Freedom City shopping mall accident plunged into mourning the country, which hosted its first New Year's celebrations in 3 years.
Outside, in the outskirts of Kampala, in a shopping mall, there was a concert that was organized, and we received information towards around midnight that there was a stampede. 3 children died on spot, and 6 others were pronounced dead on arrival in a hospital.
It is alleged that the incident occurred when the event's MC encouraged attendees to go out and watch the fireworks display. Once the display ended, a stampede ensued. Emergency responders arrived on the scene and transported the injured.
The injured are recovering. They were about 10, but they are recovering. They are not so badly off. But mostly these were children. The majority were children. The ones who were affected were children.
The shopping mall is a popular venue for music concerts. According to Ugandan police force spokesperson, apart from Freedom City's tragic incident, the end of the year and New Year celebrations, which included over 1,000 fireworks displays, were generally successful.
100 civilians taken hostage by the Allied Democratic Forces ADF rebels have been freed by the coalition forces of the DRC Armed Forces and the Ugandan People's Defense Forces in Beni, in the east of the DRC. This was during various offensives of these forces against the attackers in the territory of Beni and Irumu.
La meilleure chose que nous avons choisi, c'est de bombarder. C'est de bombarder et croyez-moi, ça fait...
The best thing we've done is to bomb, and believe me, it is having an effect, and we're waiting, namely, the release of the hostages. The same exercise that is being done in the Rwenzori Massif and in the Walika Valley is also being done in the Ituri side of the vicinity of Buga, Kainama, Shabi and the surroundings. These ex-hostages, including women and children, were abducted from different villages and different places during the attacks. Katunga explains how she escaped. The soldiers arrived when we were in the middle of prayer. They fired several bullets, which allowed us to flee, and we were in the middle of the bush. After the destruction of their camps, the ADF rebels dispersed even into areas not covered by the coalition forces. Let these rebels be persecuted and prevented from massacring people. We want these operations to be carried out even on the other side of the main road, National Road Number 4. We want these offensives to pursue the enemy wherever they hide. It has been a year since the DRC Armed Forces and the Ugandan People's Defense Forces have been conducting joint operations on the Congolese soils against the ADF. Malawi has delayed the opening of public schools in the southern African countries' 2 major cities of Blantyre and Lilongwe, the health minister said Monday, to try to slow down a surge in cholera death. The total number of cases and deaths has accelerated from 17,824 and 595 respectively since cases were first reported in March, with the mortality rate increasing to 3.34% according to the Health Ministry. Cholera is an annual problem during Malaria's reigning month from November to March, where the number of deaths is around 100 a year, but the current outbreak is expected to be the worst yet. The UN Health Agency says fatality rates are rising in about 30 countries around the world that reported cholera outbreaks in 2022, about a third higher in a typical year. Cholera is spread by contaminated food or water and can cause acute diarrhea. Many people have mild symptoms but can kill within hours if untreated.
We now look at sports news. The body of Brazilian football legend Pelé has been moved from the hospital where he died to the stadium of his former club, Santos. Pelé's wake will be held at Santos Football Club later, and his coffin will be placed in the center of the pitch for the public to pay their respect. He died at the age of 82 in Sao Paulo on Thursday. Let's look at this. Well, that's where we wrap it up this evening. The headlines once again. United Party for National Development Youth leader Gilbert LISWANISO warns police officers against persecuting UPND youths. President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA cautioned against auctioning Zambia's mining sector. Power generation to further reduce due to the shutdown of MAMBA Collieries power generation plant. In international news, about 10 injured from Uganda Mall stampede are recovering, police have reported. And in sports news, fireworks greet PELÉ'S coffin as Brazil prepares to bid legend farewell. We now look at the Camnet verse of the day, and it's coming from Joshua 1 verse 19, and it reads, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be terrified, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Thank you so much for choosing Camnet TV. My name is Sharon Kalimbula. Good night and Happy New Year.